Hi friends, welcome back to Devil's Advocate, the critical thinking channel. Today we are going to be talking about Jordy. I know it's been a long time coming and this one is a doozy, that's for sure. Took a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of Jordy. Thank God I had nothing but thieves to pull me through it because I don't think I would cope. If you haven't heard of Nothing But Thieves, great band, Connor Mason the lead singer, unbelievable. I recommend you check them out. They're so good. So we know that Geordie's been involved in this Discord situation, maybe not directly, but through certain other people. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the live streams where he discusses the Discord, and yeah, just a little bit of hypocrisy going on with Geordie at the moment. You probably all know what it is, but we're going to talk about it anyway. But before I begin, I just want everybody to know that I don't make these videos to attack the reactors. I don't make them to have a go at anybody. I literally just want to make people aware of situations and mannerisms and the way people talk about other people and how we can get wrapped up in that very quickly and take it all as fact. And my aim is to mainly talk about the people who are in the Discord, the ones who have sort of fobbed it all off, pretended they're not a part of it, and have not taken accountability for the things that they've done, but expect accountability from Amberlynn. So even though, like, from far as I can tell, Jordy hasn't directly been involved in this Discord, he definitely has people in there that are, and he hints to it in several of these videos. So we're going to watch those. We're going to read some of the Reddits that are out about what people are thinking about Jordy at the moment. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So we're all aware that Jordy's mods have been going around to other people's channels and calling out their behaviours, like the salty crab ones we've already seen, where Juniper and Carissa, who are Jordy's mods, have been going in and trying to kind of quiet the situation with the Discord leaks, which I find very interesting. Um, and yeah, there's just been like a lot of drama, a lot of nastiness, and a lot of hypocrisy going on. I'm just going to show you this clip a minute from one of Jordy's videos where he's discussing Amber selling her stuff on Facebook and that, and just the irony of that, considering his Instagram, he's flogging his Labubu's, and he's got a cameo that he's like going on and on about in his channel. It's just very strange that he's chose that.
She has no savings and she is needing to go off of basically paycheck to paycheck payments. It is absolutely insane to think of that concept when considering how much money Amberlynn has made on YouTube over the years, and she doesn't have anything to show for it. Any savings that she currently has are for taxes.
So this screenshot says, admittedly, I am soon to be former now a regular viewer of Oh Lordy It's Geordie. I've even super chatted him before. Yuck, I know. But lately his streams have been a bit off-putting and I don't know how to describe it exactly. He's just been a lot more angry and bitter sounding, not just towards the girls, but he's been snappier with his audience. He always played it off as sarcasm and satire, and yes, it's a part of his shtick on YouTube, but it's been a lot sharper than usual, and as a viewer, it's just uncomfortable to sit through. I'm not sure if I'm picking up on something that's just me, but the last straw for me was when he started peddling his fucking cameo today. I've always known he's one of the, if not the most unabashedly and openly money hungry reactor in Girl World, but this is just a whole new level of cringe and desperation, in my opinion. And yeah, I mean, like to be sat there saying that like talking about Amber and her money situation and how it's just like a bit gross for her to be peddling her stuff on the internet. And Jordy's doing exactly the same thing with his cameo, and I've seen on his Instagram a couple of times that he has been selling his Labubus on there, and he's talked about it in previous videos about him selling his Labubu. So yeah, I don't know why he thinks that's any different, but it is coming across a little bit like that, especially with the cameo situation. Let me know what you guys think about that. So, in my quest to find clips of Jordy, I came across this one, and this one is not.
Gay Grays. No, that won't be our cult name. I'm sorry. Go take your alternative lifestyle somewhere else. Far away from me and my kids, preferably.
Honestly, when I came across that, I had to listen to it a few times. I was like, there's no way. And my jaw hit the floor. I was just like, the fact that he said that on his live stream with his audience is just, it's beyond wild. A couple more of the Reddit posts say, I watched irked content. Admitting to touching the poo is rough, but good on you for also quitting. I never got his blatant rudeness disguised as sarcastic. I am super sarcastic myself, and I have never done it to play off being rude like he does. Yeah, I mean that previous comment about wanting people to keep their beliefs away from his children and stuff, like that seemed like he meant it. And if you want to push away your audience, then go for it. But I feel like with everything going on with his cameo and stuff, like he needs it. So I don't really know what he's playing at. This one here says, yes, I think Snowflake has gotten off easy for all the things he was doing behind closed doors. Jordy, Rachel, Snowflake, the ones in that Discord, have just kind of ruined this whole thing, and all they care about is getting the next hit piece and exploiting parasocial followers. Jordy having cameo is just plain embarrassing. Yeah, I mean, the way he's flogging it is coming across as a bit desperate. I'd like to know what all your opinions are on that situation. We're now going to look at the video where Amber talks about the situation with Rachel and Emily. There were a couple of videos where she talks about it. So we're going to do this one first.
Let's talk about Rachel. Yeah, we definitely are. She's giving like hypocrite a little bit. She's giving hypocrite a little bit. And I'm just giving like something I've always said. Is
I see no shower November is in full swing. Baby, this is no shower 21st century.
reaction channels are just like me. They're just like everybody. Normal living.
You hear that, guys? Everyone is just like Amberlynn. We're all just like Amberlynn. Reaction channels, the viewers, Chantal, Eugenia Cooney. Everyone is exactly like Amberlynn.
People who make mistakes. They're not perfect. They do things.
This is wrong. I have never made a mistake in my life. I have never misspoke. I've never said anything that was inappropriate. I've never called anyone a mean name. I've never made any mistakes in my life ever. That's why I'm able to be a reaction channel. That's why I'm able to go live and I'm able to deal such harsh criticism to other people without any backtrack toward me. It's awesome. When you're perfect, you can do anything. So you're wrong about this, girly plop.
That is literally being a human. Like, but they have this like attitude that is so like they're just better, superior than me. And it's just not the way the cookie crumbles. The fact that like a lot of these reaction channels, I'm just speaking based off of how they were like, I don't know, a year ago, 8 months ago, because I don't watch them anymore. I will say I watched my first Rachel video today because I had to see it. Remind me never to do that again, please. But these people just act holier than thou. And from what I remember from
Can you not see my halo? You can't see my gigantic white angelic wings coming out of my back? Crumble cookie mention.
when I used to watch them, and I would watch reaction channels religiously.
You still do.
I'm so glad I don't do that anymore because that put me in a headspace that I never want to be in again. but they were awful. Like, I remember Jordy just, oh, Jordy and the ankle. Ugh. Oh my God. I could vomit just even thinking about them. The way that they would talk about me is just vile. And if I,
The way that I would talk about this person, she is acting like I have ever said anything derogatory toward her actions or her image. Ever. Ever. Name one time, Amberlynn. Name one time that I was ever mean to you. Name one time that I ever put you down. Name one time that I was ever, bleh, as you put it. Name one time that I was the equivalent of the vomit emoji toward you.
So here I think she's talking about the poo touching side, right? Like he's had her auntie on his show, he's had her exes on his show, like he's really involved himself in the poo touching dynamic, and I know he's trying to make a joke out of it to try and lessen the blow for him. But like he could at least be like, me having relatives on my show is no different to the Emily Rachel situation, really. So she is kind of right here. I don't like saying it, but she is right that like they're very involved in her life more than they should be, and yeah, now it's got out of hand. Let me know what you guys think.
I think that this is completely uncalled for. I think that this is out of pocket. I think that this is slanderous, and suing will entice. Keep it up, Amber.
I ever said that, like any of those types of things that they would say about me, if I ever said any of that, even remotely close to that, about another human being, people would be like, Amberlynn, you are Cruella DeVille. Like, you are disgusting. You are the worst.
Well, I haven't ever let cats run away, and I also have never stolen money from anyone. So there's a start. I mean, I could come up with a whole laundry list of things that you've done versus things that I've done, but or never have done. But no. Keep going.
Person on this planet. You deserve murder. And that's just the tea of it all. Um,
Wait, what? You deserve M word. What?
I don't know. And I think maybe slowly people are realizing, like, yeah, we're all human here. We all say things that we shouldn't say. We all make mistakes. We all are, you know, just people being people. I'm not saying that like is a good thing. I've never wanted Michael B. Petty more than anything because his shit was just like funny stuff. Like from what I remember, yeah, it hurt my feelings at the time, but that's like little kids playing in the playground versus like how things are now.
Huh? Why is she trying to say that Michael B. Petty's commentary? I mean, I don't know. What is she trying to say here? All she ever did was complain about Michael B. Petty? I don't know about that, Amberlynn. Maybe you should take the rose gold glasses off.
Again, I don't know if he's just playing stupid or he like is, but here, what I'm getting is the fact again that these people, yes, they said harsh stuff about her, yes, they made claims about her, but none of them were like actively a group of bullies in a Discord trying to find ways to bring her down by getting involved in her family life. Like, that's the difference, right? Like you can be a commentary channel and saying critical things about somebody you don't like, and then there's a whole new kettle of fish that you have, her aunt as a mod and as a regular on your live stream, just spilling every single thing about her to all these randos on the internet who you don't know who they are and we don't know who they are. Like you're putting her in danger. Yes, she may have done things that are bad and this, that, and the other, but she doesn't need people like turning up at her house and constantly Instagramming her and, you know, contacting her family. And from what I understand, is that Michael B. Petty, Zachary Michael, they never had to do that. They never did that. And like that's like a whole new level of it is giving obsessed. It's a whole new level of like it's very extreme. Very extreme. But yeah, Amber's not a perfect person, fair enough, but that is just like going beyond what this is about, right?
Ugh, I want the old reaction channels back. Huh?
Things are now. It's just like it's not fun anymore. It's not cute. It's not quirky. Quirky little Rosie. Every time I hear that word,
Michael B. Petty never held back. I was obviously not a reaction channel when he was a reaction channel, but people always speak very highly of him, specifically as to how ruthless and how he would never hold back on his commentary with Amberlynn. I don't think that I don't know. I think that Amberlynn is trying to take this whole thing that has happened with Rachel and then try to associate her with all reaction channels. It's like, oh, look, they're all horrible. They're all terrible. Michael B. Petty would tear her ass up. Why would she want that? Well, the only thing tearing her ass up now is a washcloth. Broken Box, thank you so much. Bad, Jordy, go reflect. I will walk into a mirror first thing this stream ends. Okay? Abs Turtle, thank you. Michael B. Petty went off. I want Michael B. Petty back. I hate the new reaction channels.
now I think of her. It's just prison.
She remembers Michael being less harsh back then because a lot of her actions hadn't come to light back then. When did Michael B. Petty stop covering Amberlynn? Sometime during season 4? Because he was definitely still doing commentary on her when she and Beck were together, but I don't think that he ever did commentary during the Jade era. So it was still during the Beck era. So, I mean, think about how much has come out. Even like retrospective to like season 1, season 2, season 3, and season 4 that the community didn't know about. So, yes, things have changed. Yes, attitudes and rhetoric has changed because a lot more has come to light. And you've changed, Amber. You know, I always say, oh, the only way she's changing is horizontally. Ha, 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 ha. But no, you have changed. You have changed a lot. You're a lot more secretive now. I think that you're still vile. You just try to be more quiet about it.
I mean, I imagine there's lots about every one of us that we don't want on the internet, but it seems like Amber doesn't really have a choice anymore. So I think we have to think about that aspect as well, that, you know, that choice has been taken away from her and like her actual personal life is being violated by these people who don't know her. Yeah, I think he has to keep that in mind. Let me know what you think about that, guys.
What Rachel vid did I watch? I watched the new one because I was like, girl, I need to know. I need to know some things. I need to know some things are lighting up. Nail polish is not it. I don't like the smell of it. Okay. Rachel's a hypocrite. Oh, and I just need to like make this known, like out in the open. Rachel loves to talk mad, like big mad game. I don't know if that makes sense. Amberlynn is like financially abusive towards all of her girlfriends, and like I can't do accents, so I just make up my own shit for everybody. And like she literally is like she owes Emily money. No, I don't.
Well, I mean, you like living there rent-free and not helping with gas money or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Emily kind of invited her there to stay, so I don't know if she necessarily owes her money for the mortgage or rent or whatever you want to call it, but Amberlynn did live at that person's house rent-free for 3 months. On top of that, Emily bought her Billie Eilish concert tickets that weren't cheap too. So I think that if we are going to go tit for tat financially, I think that Emily does have the upper hand. But does Amber owe her that money though? I'm not so sure about that. But in terms of Beck, yes, absolutely, there was financial abuse.
Yeah, we spoke about Beck in one of my other videos. I'm not sure it was that black and white just from what I saw, but what do you guys think?
No, I don't. And that's why Emily didn't give any receipts. I don't owe anyone money, actually. That's very much me coded. If my mom pays for something, if I don't have cash or whatever, I'm like, okay, I got you. Next time I see you, I'll pay you back.
Well, what about the gas money? According to Tammy, you've never given her gas money ever, and she's your personal chauffeur. What about the wear and tear? You know how many times her tires have needed to be rotated over the time that you've lived in Oklahoma? That's not cheap, Amber. The world's not cheap anymore.
Oh, yeah. So yeah, when me and Emily were doing like the apology tour towards each other, I was like, why'd you lie about so many like random little things? Brittany, welcome, love.
Show us the receipts. I'm not going to take your word for it. Show us the text messages. I asked her during our apology tour, why did you lie so much when you were talking about me to Snowflake? Why did you do that? Show us the receipts. So show us Emily explaining to you why she allegedly lied about stuff, because we're not taking your word for it, Amber.
No explanation. I don't owe Emily shit when it comes to like her bringing me home. I paid for everything, the rental, the foods, the flight back that she had to
the foods. I paid for the beef jerky and all of the diet sodas that we got at gas stations on the way back.
take, the gas, and then she like stayed here for a couple days. I paid for all of that. Like, no, we ain't gonna play that game. But I'm not saying that to like, Sarah, thank you for the super chat. I'm not saying that, Brittany, hi. I'm not saying that to like be mean towards Emily or like whatever.
She never has solid proof to show. Oh, well, I think that you might be mistaken about that. Amberlynn has her journals. Amberlynn has read out of her diaries for us. And in just a moment, she's going to tell us how important her diary actually is. She actually has a great comparison to make it to. So just you wait to talk about Rachel. I did watch it. I'll be completely honest with you guys. I zoned out a lot during it. I didn't find it interesting whatsoever. And this isn't me being like, oh, he's trying to not take a side. He's trying to cover for Rachel. I just really don't care. I really don't care. If it is germane to the Amberlynn story and the Emily stuff, we can absolutely talk about it. But like some of like the things that are discussed and like are being taught, like I don't care about like reaction channel drama and stuff. So, you know, like if you have questions, you know, be happy to ask them and stuff. But in terms of like doing a deep dive, like some other people are doing, I don't care about her. I'm sorry, I don't.
I can see that. I mean, this is the screenshot from the Discord. His mods are in there talking about it all, going through it all. He doesn't actually physically need to be there. And Jawbone in that said that he was blooded in, but then he left. So he's still getting all the information about the Discord and the tea, quote tea, and other things going on in there from third party. So maybe that's why he doesn't feel so accountable for it, because he can be like, well, they're the ones giving the information to me, so it's not me. You know, I'm not in there doing it. I'm not getting involved with it. But he is still involved, whether he likes it or not, because he's the one fueling this fire with what he's saying on his channel and stuff. So, yeah, I'm interested to know what you guys think about my little theory of that. Like, maybe that's why he has Clarissa and Juniper in there, because he can then wash his hands of it and he doesn't have any kind of guilt for it, because technically it's not him in there getting information, it's other people. Yeah, let me know what you think. Someone put this comment: well, you guys created the monster. It always ends up happening with reactors. People stand them harder than ever and then they fall over. Tale as old as Amber's fupa. I mean, yeah, didn't really have to go there at the end, but I definitely get the point. Yeah, we've kind of, as a community, maybe we've fueled the fire by wanting more information, and it's just escalated into this. But also, I think as a creator, you have to have some responsibility for the things you do while you're like have a community of people who hang off your every word, you know, and I've discussed that before as well. Like, you don't know, like, every word you could be saying could be, like, meant literally by a lot of people, and you could be unaware of what you're actually saying and spreading in a community, and we need to be aware of that.
Puting. Everything she's upset about is very much the very thing that she does herself. And I'm like, okay, all right, like, you're mad about screenshots showing that you are like an actual like mean person, but like you'll show screenshots of me when I'm like in a very highly emotional state of mind, and you'll be like, yep, all this is it, this is where it's at. Like, we don't need any other context. There is no other context. I don't know. It's just weird energy. Her flirting with Emily also makes me realize that's why she was probably very biased in the videos that she created. That's making sense as well. Oh, Julie, the new sleeping schedule no longer exists. But
I will say, based on the video that I watched, the narrative that Amberlynn is trying to push here of she was in love with Emily, I don't necessarily know if that's true. I think, if anything, she was trying to just be on good terms with Emily to try to get tea. But I don't know. Amberlynn seems to be very persistent on pushing the narrative that Rachel had a thing for Emily. Does anyone think that? Does anyone think that Amber might be standing on business here?
I don't think she was in love with her, but I think she enjoyed the game. Like, I think I said it before in another video, but what do you guys think?
Think that she was a little bit attracted low key? No, Amber's just jealous. Well, according to Amber, Rachel was the jealous one, because Amber is alleging that as soon as Rachel caught wind of the fact that Amberlynn was trying to extend an olive branch, Rachel got pissy with Emily. I think everyone involved likes attention too much. So what ultimately I was mainly looking for in that video was the compensation. I was interested in hearing about Emily's payday, and the conclusion that I came to from watching that is that it comes down to she said, she said. Emily is saying that there was an agreed upon amount that Emily would be receiving to release all this tea, and Rachel was saying that's not the case. I never agreed to give you money. So it does seem like it's she said with that.
Astonishingly, after that, he then gets Tammy on to talk about the ins and outs of what's going on with the quote unquote lawsuit. Like, I honestly have no idea what's going on there now. To be honest, I don't think Tammy's a very reliable source either. She's obviously got a lot of stuff going on for herself. But it is very interesting that there's just no accountability from anyone in this situation. And like I say, I feel like with Jordy, it's more of a case like he's got other people to get their hands dirty for him, so therefore he doesn't feel accountable. He can sit there and say, well, I don't know anything about this because he left that Discord. He can like sit there with his hands up, like, my hands are clean. I'm not the one digging for this information. It's just given to me, and therefore I'm not the problem. But what he's not understanding is he's the one with the voice for his audience, and the one sharing this with the audience, like without any responsibility for any of what's coming out of his mouth. And I think he needs to be a lot more aware of that. So we're going to look at a couple more red hits, and then we're going to go into the other video where he talks about Amber again. So we have this one, Jordy and Mr. Snowflake. So I just watched ZM's latest video, and he raises a good point. Where are Mr. Snowflake and Jordy getting their receipts from? Were they a part of the same Discord? Why are they staying so silent on the whole Rachel drama? It becomes more and more apparent to me how money hungry all these reactors are. Clock how Rachel emphasizes with the A video. You leaked it, girl. Did you tell Jordy to share it? Do you have something on Snowflake or Jordy, and that's why they're staying quiet? I believe they are all, Rachel, Jawbone, Hector, Deets, Jordy, and Snowflake, in cahoots to try and distract the community with this White Cake 2.0 drama. And the Emily and Amber argued video in the driveway. Yeah, it did seem like that video was an opportune timing from Jordy. But, as we've learned now, his mods are actually in that Discord. So it could have been them trying to protect Jordy somehow, thinking that this video is going to make them forget about Jordy. So yeah, that's a very interesting comment, I think. Another one says, so we got Salty making up entire scenarios for every behaviour or conversation Amber has, Snowflake publishing reactions of his own videos, and Rachel closing her eyes, plugging her ears while chanting la 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 because she doesn't want to see the reality that her channel is toast and now Jordo. I don't think Girl World is long for this world. Yeah, I feel like if they all addressed it properly, then things could have been resolved. Like people might still not like them, but now they've like literally lost any integrity with their audiences, some of these. So I don't really know how they're going to come back from that. ETA, and another thing, him scalping his effing Labubu's and saying he's not a scalper. I personally hate scalpers and resellers.
What's the Rachel stuff? Oh my god. I like literally I never expected lesbian drama. I mean, I always expect lesbian drama. It's very common, but I never expected it with a reaction channel. I it's giving obsessed.
Okay, so I only found out yesterday that Rachel's a lesbian. I don't understand what that has to do with this, though. I don't understand what sexual orientation has to do with the fact that there's drama. But I guess Amberlynn here is making a sweeping generalization that if you are a lesbian, you are caught up in some type of turmoil in life. More lesbian stereotypes. Yeah, that's kind of the way that I interpreted that too. When there's lesbians involved, there's problems. Like I don't really know if that's the great thing, the greatest thing to be communicating. I mean, yeah, I guess that you are one, and yeah, you're entitled to your opinion about your own community, but I mean, that doesn't mean that you might come across as ignorant toward other people.
And I have not. Mandy, it's giving that. It's giving that. But I don't know. It's just like I'm so grateful for Zoloft. I knew something was off with that girl. Like you can't expect to touch the poo and not get like poo on your hand. Like
What? Wait, she's talking about, okay, so if you guys have never heard that term before, touching the poo, that basically is referring to viewers and or reaction channels interfering with the personal lives of lolcows. So someone calling Amberlynn's apartment complex and reporting her for having a vape, like that would be an example of touching the poo. Someone showing up at Amberlynn's grandma's house, like in real life, like that would be an example of touching the poo. I do find it a little bit peculiar here that Amberlynn is using this statement to reference herself and Emily, because ultimately they are the poo. That you know what I mean? It's like so are you calling yourself shit? Because, I mean, that's what it means. Interacting with you, interacting with Emily, in touching the poo, like interfering with shit. So it's just strange. I mean, like, it's kind of funny when the community uses that saying, but it's strange to hear Amberlynn say it because she, at the end of the day, is the shit. She and Emily they are the poo that would be touched, essentially.
you can't expect that. And it's like Rachel, she's all about like spilling my personal business. I know things about her that she probably wishes I didn't know. So,
we've heard this before. We've heard this 1,000 times. I know stuff about Snowflake. Yeah, and I know Amberlynn like went on those like weird white pages websites and like paid for forums for information about me and shit. I'd imagine that she did more than that too. Amberlynn is no stranger to trying to find information, personal information about people to use it against them. So not surprised to hear her say this. So here we go again with the I know something you don't know. She's done this 1,000 times before. She did this recently with Snowflake and said, I know stuff about him. And people were like, okay, well, what? And she's like, well, I'm not going to say. So, I mean, okay.
yeah, that's really what I got to say about that. But like, ew, it's giving ew. It's giving ew. Like, make me bomb. And as pissed as I am at Emily and as hurt as I am at Emily, like I get why Rachel fell in love. Like Emily is hot. Like we all know it's apparent. It's just Rachel, go for someone else's ex. It's giving obsessed. It's giving weird energy. Um the things I know about you, girl, I would just like stop. I'm not threatening, I'm not blackmailing.
No, you 100% are threatening slash blackmailing. I know things about her that she probably wishes that I don't know. Go after someone else's ex. No, you are don't beat around the bush here. Don't beat around the washcloth. I mean, come on. Like if you want to play this game, if you want to do the I have ammunition against you, I mean, be straight about it.
But it's like, how are you gonna think it's okay to like share personal things of me and like expect me to just like not say anything at all? I don't.
Well, then go ahead. The floor is yours. If you're pissed about what has transpired in the past few days with this person, and you want to fight fire with fire, then by all means, Amber, go ahead. Go ahead. No, I'm gonna be the bigger person. No, I'm not stooping to her level. I'm not spilling tea on her just because she spilled tea on me. Okay, then shut your fucking mouth.
I don't know. I don't know. You seem jealous. How can I be jealous of someone having a crush on my ex when my ex thinks that they're ugly and looks like Lord Farquaad or What's the name? I already forgot. Hold on. Lord Lord Farquaad. I'm pretty sure that's correctly. Like literally, I'm not going to be jealous of someone that looks like they're the main character in a Goosebumps book. Like I'm good. I'm genuinely okay.
Lord Farquaad is not from the Goosebumps. Like R.L. Stein Goosebumps? Lord Farquaad is Shrek.
There are definitely little times where he just kind of gets quite anxious about it. You can see it on his face, like he doesn't know what's going to come out of her mouth next. Is he going to be implicated? Is he going to have to stand up for himself? Like I can tell there's an unease in him in this conversation. I don't know if you guys are also picking up on that. Um, I do think that Emily was kind of playing both of them, or just playing Rachel. I mean, who knows, really? But it's a very weird situation for both of them to be in general. And I don't know, like Jordy seems to be quite tight-lipped about things, but is that because he genuinely doesn't know because his mods know everything, or is he just not wanting to implicate himself in this whole situation? Um, it's very tough to say, isn't it? I mean, unless they release more of the messages and stuff, which doesn't look like it's going to happen. Like, I'm not sure we're really going to know the answer to that, but I hope they do. And this just adds to the whole starving for money aspect of him. I'm not sure he still does this since the Labubu trend has died down, but reselling them over retail to other people so you can profit from them even more is just wow, especially because he doesn't see anything wrong with doing it. And now I'm annoyed because I have to find other reactors to watch. Any suggestions? I found Vera the Chukin and have been watching her instead lately. Vera the Chukin is very good, to be fair. I've been watching her. I like her accent. I like that there are chickens involved. So I do recommend checking her out. Another one says, I got blocked for calling him out for saying stuff that was just vulgar and unnecessary. Sarcasm is one thing, but he's just nasty since the start of 2025. I mean, I haven't watched enough of him to know that. I think I put at the beginning of this video a comment he made about someone suggesting a gay cult or something. And what I have seen while researching these videos is that he is a little bit snappy. I'm wondering though, because he's had a lot of warnings, whether he's just trying to kind of minimalize what like the vulgar things people are saying about Amber and stuff because he's been in trouble quite a lot and he's had a lot of strikes on his channel. So maybe he's just trying to control what people are saying to him and trying to control himself. That could be an aspect. but also he could be more transparent about that with his following. But then that seems to be an issue with everyone at the moment. So yeah, I mean, let me know what you think about that. But I'm kind of thinking, like, 'cause I've heard him say it in plenty of videos that he's now not on like a not being watched and he's not on a strike and he's not on a warning anymore and stuff. But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think. You've probably known him a lot longer than I have. Someone else put, Jordy is the most money hungry and this makes him the least trustworthy. He has proven it over and over again. Plus, how do people not get the creep vibes of this guy? Was a basement dweller at least at some point. How can people, I guess that says, be so attracted to him? I mean, I don't know if anyone is attracted to him. That's not something, like, I'm not, so I don't understand if other people are. I tell you something, like, when he gets very excited, his eyes get very big, and he almost has the Sanpuku eyes. And if you don't know what those are, in Japan, there's a saying called "you have Sanpuku eyes," and it's literally translated to three white eyes. And if somebody has the three, like, not normally with your eyes, you see your eyes, and there are like two whites on each side. Well, if somebody has three whites, so you have one, two, and say the third one is on the bottom, you can see the whites. That's meant to mean that inside you've got a lot of like trauma and stress and turmoil and stuff going on. And some people, like, conspiracy people, have said that some like actors and musicians and stuff who died early had Sampoku eyes. And then the other way around, so if you have like the two whites on the side and white on the top, and you can see all of that, that's meant to mean that there's like a lot of inner rage and that you're almost psychotic. I mean, I know this probably isn't relevant to Jordy, but I have noticed like he does get the Sampuku look sometimes, like when he's really intensely talking about something, and I don't know, that's just something weird that I picked up because I'm a weird person. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Someone else put, he really lost me at touching the poo and actively working behind the scenes to expose a morbidly obese woman's hygiene issues to laugh at and mock and make money of. They've completely lost the point, and private things like that are not tea. Just admit she's not that interesting to follow anymore. Stop trying to mess with these women's real lives. And I think that is a very, very good point. Because, as I've said before in previous videos, like, and in this one, when they're like fobbing off, like, talking to people in her life and stuff like that, making it sound like it's nothing, like, actually, it's huge. And they would not like it the other way around. Rachel, like, Amber sent this video, Rachel did not like that her private like messages were being spread around the internet, whereas she has actively gone out of her way to get involved in Amber's personal life for months to get Amber's private messages to put on the internet. So there's like a huge double standard there. And even Jordy, like in a video before he took his holiday, he was saying that he wasn't going to tell anyone where he was going because they'd all turn up and blah, blah, blah. So he's allowed his privacy, but he has Tammy talking on his show. He had Brittany and Erica talking on his show. He had Destiny. He had Beck. He's like anybody who's involved in Amber's life, he's straight in there messaging them, getting them to come in onto his live stream to say all sorts of things about Amber, but he's worried that someone's going to turn up at the airport. And I think they actually did. I remember there was a photo on Instagram of him at the airport, and he went nuts. He went absolutely nuts. And it's like, right, so you don't like it happening to you, but you're quite happy to do it to somebody you don't really know. Like, it's just all a bit nuts. And I feel like people are opening their eyes up to Jordy's behaviour. And like I've said before in this video, I think he's fobbing his own behaviour off because he has his minions like Carissa and Juniper doing all the dirty work for him in these discords. So I think him and Snowflake might actually be on par with each other with sneakiness. But please let me know what you guys think. I would love to know what you guys think in the comments. Thank you for everyone who commented on my last video. I know it was a bit of a random and weird one, but like sometimes things just blow my mind and I need to just get it out there. So I really appreciate the people who took the time to comment on that, and make me not feel so alone in my own internal monologue. That's amazing. And if you haven't seen that video, I recommend you check it out because it might blow your mind too. And I hope you all have a lovely, lovely Christmas because you all deserve it. We all deserve a good Christmas. Please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here in our little community. Please feel free to comment on this video however you're feeling. Again, I just go on like my own perspective as an outsider of what I'm seeing going on and how people word and phrase things. And even like, I know people say like body language is a bit to do, but sometimes like in the snowflake video, if you haven't watched that, I recommend you go and watch that one after this. There were occasions when he was like trying to hide his smirk because he knew it was completely inappropriate when he was saying really horrible things about Amber. And I caught that a few times in that. And it made me much more aware of like his motive behind his commentary videos, etc. So yeah, I think that's a very important part of it, but this is all just my own opinion. Like I say, you don't have to listen to anything I say. I am perfectly aware that sometimes the tinfoil hat does come out. That's just a part of who I am. I've always been that way, always been a critical thinker, always asked questions, I've always been the person who's pointed out the elephant in the room, and it's always got me in trouble. So yeah, that's just who I am. But I'm glad that I have a community here who understand that. And I know we're not always going to see eye to eye on everything, but I am very, very glad to have people in this community who, instead of arguing and trash talking or throwing insults at each other, talk to each other. And like, I think that is so, so important. And I'm really, really grateful to every single one of you. So please remember to like and subscribe to my channel. I would absolutely love to have you here. And I will see you later. Bye.
I have already completed, I think, 52 cameos. I'm not joking. 52 cameos. I like it. It's fun. It's fun. So if you're looking for like personable content, or, you know, maybe like your partner is like, you know, a fan of mine and like you want to like get a personal video or something, I like it. I think it's cute.